Hello everybody, it's Maria here from Pepperly Rose Paper Crafting. I'm from Sydney, Australia. Welcome and thank you so much for watching today. I'm going to be making a modern Christmas card using a combination of non-traditional and traditional product. So today I'm going to be using the Pattern Party decorative masks, and I'm going to be using this diamond shaped stencil. I love that one. I'm going to use the Merry Christmas dies. I'm going to use the Merry and the Christmas. I'm going to do a modern kind of a Christmas card with this, and the rectangle stitched dies as well. I'm going to use the largest die. So I'll be also using Poppy Parade and Shaded Spruce. And I've got some thick Whisper White cardstock, which is half an A4. Then I squat it in half again, and that makes an A6 card base. Now feel free to use whatever, card base you wish. So I'm just going to fold and burnish the score line that I have prepared earlier. And, excuse me, and I also have 3 pieces of Whisper White cardstock, some scraps. Okay, with this one, I'm going to cut 1/4 of an inch off on the long side. I'll just bring my trimmer. I forgot to do that before. So in the end, I think it makes it a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 card base. And I think that's what it will make it. So I'm going to use 1/4 of an inch. Take that off. I'm still using my old trimmer because the blades are still going. I've got plenty of them. So that's the card base I'll be working with today. All right. And as you can see, I've got a 1/4 inch strip. Don't throw that out. You can also use them to put like little sentiments on there and then flag them and use them as banners. So yeah, don't throw away strips like that because they're very handy. All right. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to grab one of my scrap pieces. I'm going to attach the mask over the top, and I'm going to put some tape behind it. I'm going to use some of my painter's tape just to secure it behind. And where's another one? So I've got all these pieces of tape that are still going. They've still got their tack, but I will eventually have to get rid of them. I'll use this one as well, just to secure it on the back so that it doesn't move when I do my ink blending. I'm going to bring in my craft sheet. I'm going to do some ink blending. So to start off with, I'm going to use my Poppy Parade. And I'm going to do this on the landscape mode there. So I'll just grab my makeup brush because I love using them. I'm going to use Poppy Parade. And I'm kind of going to do it on like a diagonal so it will look like that, okay? So I've got Poppy Parade there. I'm going to take off as much as I can. I want to make it light and just go from the bottom up to the middle. So we don't have to go berserk with too much colour. I want it to be subtle, and then I let it kind of go into the other area as well. And I might add a little bit more ink, just using the ink off my craft sheet, and just make it a little bit darker towards the edges of this. Okay, and I think that will do. So I'll take that off, give this a wipe. And then I'm going to also grab a tissue, and I'm going to wipe off the excess ink off my stencil, because when I do my ink blending with the green, the Shaded Spruce in this case, it will kind of contaminate the colour, and I don't want that. So I've learned from mistake, and as you can see, there's a lot of ink that comes off from the stencil itself. So it's a good idea to get rid of the excess from the stencil itself. That way you don't contaminate your colours. Okay, just keep doing that for a little bit more. Make sure I get rid of most of it. Alright, I'll just clean my brush. Any ink on there? Nope. Okay, now I'm going to get my shaded spruce. And tap off. Just get a little bit more ink there and just ink on the sides. Make it a little bit darker on the edges. Okay, that's it. Nice and easy. So I'm just going to clean my craft sheet. Alright, so clean that again. Take that to dry. I clean my brush in case I need to go back again. Okay, now take off the stencil. And look at that, isn't that beautiful? I'll give this a quick clean as well because I know me, I will forget later and then I'll get it everywhere. So just give that a good clean. Nice and easy with my chamois, just water. Okay, cool, let that dry to the side. And now I'm going to take off my painter's tape very carefully. Okay, and I really love the way that turned out. So with this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it out using the rectangle stitch dies, and I'm going to use the largest one. Okay, secure that on there, and I'll just get my big shot ready. And I'll cut that out. And I love how it's got that stitched detail on the edge there. Looks good. Take that off. And then we're going to cut out the Merry Christmas dies a couple of times. So I'm just going to use the Merry Christmas dies. I'm going to use the Merry and the Christmas. Okay, so I finished cutting out the Merry Christmas words 3 times all up. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make them sort of stack on top of each other. all stuck together. So it looks like that, but I don't think it stands up well enough. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some basic black cardstock, and I'll be back in a second. Basic black cardstock. I'm going to cut out the Merry Christmas with that. So I'll grab that. Okay, so what I'm thinking of doing is actually putting it from behind, and I will stagger it a little bit so it can add like a shadow. And so when I stick that down there, then it really pops. So I'm just going to do that. That's the Christmas now with the black shadow behind. And now it stands out a lot more. So what I'll do is I'll just bring my card base. Also, I've got the dot that goes on top of the Christmas. So I'll get that organised along with the black dot. Where is it? Anyway, I might not use it in the end. Let's see if I can find it. Oh well, never mind. All right. So I'll just stick the front panel on like that. It has a nice 1/4 inch border right around it. Put it like that. Give that another burnish. And then I'll just put the word Merry Christmas, and that is all you need. Like really simple modern card. I like that one. So I'll just stick that down with some glue. Stick that right down. It really makes that Merry stand out more in white if it's got like a shadow. I quite like that. And one more here. Just stick glue right on the back. It's a very clean and simple card. Although it did take a little while to make, it still turned out really lovely. I like the way that it turned out. I was going to use the black dot, but I couldn't find it on top of the eye. Oh well, never mind. So that's my finished card for today. I hope you like it. And the Merry Christmas really stands out from the card base, and it has some some height because of the 4 layers of cardstock that we've put on there. So if you want to have like a white sentiment but with a mainly white background, one way to do it is do what I did and just add a basic black or another colour for the back, and it gives it like a shadow and it makes the white stand out. So I hope you liked today's card. If you have any questions at all, please don't hesitate to leave me a comment below this video. I'm more than happy to answer any questions you may have. Thank you all so much for watching and for subscribing and sharing my videos. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you all again next time. Bye.